Well, that's enough of that. But that was awesome. I'm sorry. I had to start a show in a way. I wanted to start a show in a way. How's my sound, everybody? How are you guys doing? Welcome to the party, pal. This is the Phantasmagorium. I have the keys. I have the keys to the car, and I can do whatever I want. And I had such an event today. I saw the new Fletch, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. So yeah, no, welcome. Hello. I thought that I think I put an invite into the ring, and I did want to have people to play with. So I am going to put the link to this particular Festivus in the thing. So if you want to play, please. I'd appreciate it if you did. Anyway, I saw the new Fletch today. I was so happy. My soul, it was alive again for a bit. It made me so incredibly happy. So if you have the opportunity to see the new Fletch, I would highly recommend it. Also, last night, I started replaying the video game Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. And while before, I had been trying to play at like medium skill level, I stopped lying to myself this time and I went on the easy level. Okay? So I beat way more evil X's than I did when I was on medium level, which proves I am an inadequate lover. And for all the ladies in the audience, I apologize. If you would like my romance, my difficulty setting is at easy. My God. I don't know what any of this means. Anyway, how is everyone here? Oh, there's a Blanca zombie with a Aloha dudes. That's great. Thank you, Blanca. That's me. Me in the chat says, welcome, friends. And so I'm happy to have that. And Black Philip Alvarez, also here. Scotty, which is I. So thank you for welcoming me, Phil. Hey, Tiger Stripes is here. Heavens. Hey, Tiger, do you want to hang out and have a conversation? If you'd like to. Edge of Time, you're also more than welcome. I would like to talk about things and stuff. Do you enjoy things and stuff? I do. And I think that you are both wise and ahoy. Anyway. Hey, Black Phillip says he'll come back. Anyway, no, this is an endeavor on my part, and I apologize. It seems that I'm being lazy, and I'm not preparing for a show of sorts, and I suppose I'm not. I'm not preparing for a show of sorts. I was actually jumping on to this public discourse just to have a conversation with friends and to see if anyone else wanted to have a conversation. It's a strange situation to only be able to go and meet them in the public square of the tubes that are you. But here we are. So if you'd like to come and hang out, I promise to be relatively nice. And if I'm wrong, I will accept it. There you go. That's my promise. If I am wrong, I will eat crow. What does crow even taste like? Well, you need a lot of pepper. If you're going to cook crow and eat it, you need pepper. So anyway, I saw the new Fletch movie. I was very, very hesitant towards seeing the new Fletch movie because it was going to be expensive, prohibitively expensive. So to fill that gap, I bought the Blu-ray of X because I heard it was a good horror movie and I thought it would like sate my bloodlust. But I ordered it after midnight last night And so when I checked my order status today, it said it will be arriving tomorrow. And it's like, oh, right, I forgot. I already ordered this today. So I got to wait till tomorrow to see X. So I'm like, well, what am I going to do? What am I going to do with my day? And then I remembered that there was a Fletch movie. And I remembered that there was a Black Phillip Alvarez. Welcome to the show, my dude.
What's up?
Not much.
Jeez, you buy the Fletch movie and you buy X. That's two things you've done that I haven't done.
I know. Stephen Ransom is here. What are you doing? Are you wearing pants?
Stephen Ransom.
You shut your head.
Maybe I'm wearing pants. I'm gonna say maybe at this
I never
point.
wear pants.
Either way, happy to have you here.
I got a Led Zeppelin shirt on there.
So,
grief. Is my avatar not showing?
oh no, you're fine. You're wearing a
Oh,
Band-Aid.
good Lord.
Huh, there we go.
Put that thing away. Good Lord.
Well, like, okay, wait. Stephen Ransom, can you look to your right? Like, that's a sexy lady.
I can look to my right. That's I can't take my eyes off her. It's not.
That's
my
Olivia
avatar
Dabo.
either. I literally can't take my eyes off her.
She is so
Neither can
fucking
your-
smoking.
Neither can your avatar. Your avatar's like staring right at her.
Well, Phil, who's your favorite James Bond lady?
Oh God. Was the one that Jane Seymour was in?
Yeah, no, Jane Seymour is a good answer.
The one that played Pussy Galore.
That's oh, what's her name?
I just like the name Pussy Galore because
Honor
She was-
Blackman.
it's the only time you can get away with saying Pussy Galore and not sound like a pervert.
You know what? One of my favorite things is saying Pussy Galore in church.
Yeah, imagine what the funeral was like when she died. And we are here to mourn the
Oh, I put on "God Save the Queen" by the Sex Pistols. Is it too soon?
Too soon for Sex Pistols? Never.
No, too soon
Never.
for "God Save the Queen."
never.
I think
I
I
don't know,
said
you
it
can-
in a tweet the first day I heard that she had passed. I mean,
Really, you did it right off the hop. Good for you.
oh yeah, absolutely, because she had passed. All other concerns were for the family alone. I mean, mourning for someone's passing is a human thing, not a death thing. They're already gone. They've passed. You know what I mean? Everything else
Yeah,
is
they're
us.
not listening to the radio.
Right.
Rebellious pastries in the chat.
Ooh.
Hey, Rebel P.
Mm.
There's a thing in the thing. You can press the button. You're allowed.
Thing.
Everyone's allowed on.
Thingamajig.
I want to have a conversation. I saw Fletch. I've been playing video games. A friend
How
of
is
mine
the game,
went and
by the way, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. That sounds really cool.
it is really cool.
Is it done in the animation format, in the comic book format?
It's kind of like an 8-bit side-scrolling puncher.
Okay, yeah, which is kind of it's akin to the comic.
Yeah.
Which, super flat, big eyes, hard black lines, right? And yeah.
Well, and it's cool. It's fun. It's just really fun. And when I play it, I tend to keep the volume on the television down a bit, but I listen to the soundtrack from Scott Pilgrim versus the World, which is great. So,
It's not a bad idea.
like, it's great. It's
It is
just
like-
fun.
It's like you hear the song Black Sheep.
Also, but again, I'm not good at video games. I just play them for fun.
Me too.
I'm not a competitive video gamer.
Yeah, did you want to show the audience some screenshots? There's definitely some strong screenshots from the game.
I've never. Well, I didn't take any screenshots. What do you think? You think I'm Jill? I'm not that talented.
Screenshot
no.
queen.
Oh no, she makes the best slides.
That's what I'm planning on doing on my
She does make
on
the
my
best
show
slides.
next month. I'll have
I think somebody
slides.
could meme her head onto Tom Cruise sliding in Risky Business, and she would be the slide queen.
All right.
No, that was
Now.
no, that didn't work. No.
Well, it didn't.
Sorry,
What?
Joe.
Hang on a second. No, my lighter's right over there. Hang on a second.
Don't
See
strain your
my
back.
Today, don't worry me.
How you doing, Black Phillip?
Good, Stephen Ransom. Thank you for asking. You, sir.
Not too bad.
I
Not
hadn't
too
seen you in a
bad.
couple of days, but
Yeah, we did. I did an epic stream with the captain, and Tony Stark and Slasher were on, and then Dillard showed up, and then the audience completely dried up on us. And just as the captain was threatening to cancel the stream because it was just too quiet in the chat, 11 people showed up out of friggin' nowhere and pushed us to another hour or so. It was nuts. It was nuts. I think we closed up the stream at like 4 o'clock in the morning my time,
wow.
which is not. Tony was like watching the sunrise as we were chatting away. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's what my stream was on Friday, like after you left, and then the red shirt came on. We were talking for another 2.5 hours, and before you know it, we were at the 5-hour mark. Like, oh shit, I gotta end this already. I'm getting tired. I had to wake up early that morning, and the next day, or the same morning.
It's awesome.
So once you start getting talking, man, the time goes by fast. Like 2 hours, felt like 30 minutes. But
Yeah, we started the stream, and when Dillard came on, he was showing the captain a black and white image of a cover poster that he was working on. And by the time the stream was done, it was fully colored in already. He was like, I don't even know where the time went. I can't believe I colored the whole thing. And while you guys were talking, I need to go out and get some cigarettes. It's like, that was the stream. It was insane. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And he kept his piece pretty good, but no
Just leave that
commenting
the
any
rest of the
further
show.
on that subject.
Well,
Yeah.
now, Rebel P, now that you have the community tab, what are you going to do with it, yo? What is it for? I don't even know.
Yeah,
Usually
there's
you post
Go
like
ahead, Phil.
surveys and ask for people's opinions on like what your next streams are about. That's what I see
What?
most people use them
What?
for. And
What am I going to do with other people's opinions?
I don't know. You know what I mean. Opinions
well,
are like
I could
assholes.
imagine. I could imagine Rebellious Pastry showing progression shots like, this is how far I've gotten along on this video. Stay tuned, and
Yeah,
here's a new character. What do you think of this outfit? And that kind of stuff. I could
Yeah.
totally see that kind of dialogue.
Well,
you
and
can
Her
share-
Rebel-
community should respond.
Well, and Rebel P is much like, and you know what? In terms of that sort of anticipatory, like, I don't know. I kind of feel like I take YouTube for granted, ish.
Don't we all?
But it's fun to meet someone like Rebellious Pastry who actually has a story to tell, like has a drive, and is doing it with their intention. Like I feel somewhat ashamed that I don't treat YouTube as the storytelling device that it is, in the same way that Rebellious Pastry does. Like there's a person who is using their platform to tell their story, and you know what? I love that. Tell your story.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Me, I'm just shenanigating.
Yeah, that's why the community tab would be perfect for somebody like them. So
Exactly. So, once I figure out, like, I'm going to be watching them and figuring out what they're doing with their tab, and I'll be like, oh, that's how you do it.
that'd be like, that's none of your business. I'm just kidding.
It's none of your
What I-
damn business.
What I do with my tab is my concern only.
You know what? And the worst part is that Rebellious Pastry just doesn't want to fuck. Just doesn't wanna. And it's like, well, how do I ingratiate myself?
Right?
Well,
When they
it's
come
not
back
with
on and
fucking.
say, I'm back. You say, and they don't fuck.
So I have to use words and emotions, and that's you know what? That's kind of better.
Very Victorian. That's actually a very Victorian way to go about it.
I have been watching a lot of Barry Lyndon lately.
Yes. Since the romantic.
Perfume those letters and inscribe them with delicate handwriting.
Powder those wigs.
I thought you might have been watching like Dangerous Liaisons or something.
I recently rewatched the music video for Annie Lennox's "Walking on Broken Glass."
Mm-hmm.
I loved it.
That's an interesting song. I always thought that was an interesting song. Like,
Well,
Annie Lennox.
it was
in the
it was
landscape
hot.
of MTV. Annie Lennox was a unique character.
She was a eurythmic.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
They had a very unique sound. It was slightly new wave, but it was also like contemporary stage show, like lead singer, sultry voice, smoky room kind of stuff going on. It was a unique taste. It was a great take.
I always had a soft spot for "No More I Love Yous."
You know what? I don't mean to point this out in any sort of sexist way, but I would like to say that the last 5 minutes has been nothing but ladies talking in the chat, and I think that is a record for the Phantasmagorium show. It's just been women talking. So I would like to say that the Phantasmagorium show is brought to you by women.
I don't know how will
brings
Steve
out the
feel about
ladies.
that.
He
Brings
doesn't.
out the
Well,
ladies.
well, no. Tiger Stripes herself would say that she is not a lady, but she is a woman.
There you go.
Also, hey, Stephen Ransom,
Sir.
have you seen that chick that is right next to you?
She is wearing a very nice dress, and oh my goodness, she's leaning on a sniper's rifle.
Oh my stars! That is sexy. I'm just saying.
She's not looking at me. She's looking at you, Scotty. I could tell. You see that side glance right
No,
there?
I think she's looking at Phil.
Hey. It just looks like Steven Ransom is just like mind fucking her. So
Damn
avatar.
I don't understand. How does that avatar system work anyway? Every time I go into a stream, I have a different set of avatars available to me, and sometimes I only have one. It's like, oh, we'll just grab your stupid YouTube avatar and call it a day. I'm like, what the hell? I've got like a dozen avatars on most channels, but whatever. The life of streaming. Taking my identity
settings,
for
I
me.
believe.
Well, you should go over to my Twitter. That's where I put my social insurance number.
So you can put your little social security number, all your information.
Well, yeah, I'm waiting for someone to be able to send me money from Africa.
Aw. So funny.
You found your Nigerian prince.
I think that started out as actually just one guy, but now it's turned into something entirely different. And he was like one of the original programmers for Netscape, was it? Mm-hmm. Or the Mosaic browser? But he's like an old school programmer, and then he moved to Africa and started this whole Nigerian thing. Admittedly, started it. I saw him in an interview. So, and who knows how true that is, but it's part of like old hacker school mentality.
Isn't there a documentary out on it anyway that they believe it's on either?
Have you guys seen Clerks 3?
9.
Not yet.
I heard some really disturbing news, and it's actually breaking my brain and my heart.
Yeah,
it is breaking my heart.
What news is that?
Yeah, we were talking about that on Zoom last night.
I
mentioned
so
it, but
in Clerks 3, spoilers, Dante dies.
Dante,
that hurts.
Not Steve.
That hurts. So I have to see the movie now, but I'm afraid to go see the movie now. I remember I went to a movie theater on like my birthday in January, and it was a cold, dry day. And I went in and I went to go see La La Land. And I went to the bar before and I said, does anyone die in this movie? And they were like, why do you ask? And I was like, because if anyone dies in this movie, I'm going to kill myself. And they were like,
Wow.
no one dies. No
Yeah.
one dies. It's
So-
actually a really lovely movie. And it was my favorite movie. Like, I still, to this day, love La La Land.
Never seen it. Not interested in it.
It's a glorious love story. It is on the same level as When Harry Met Sally.
Consider me sold.
Is it really? That's
Yes.
on the same level for you, personally.
Yes. Personally.
Well, that means it doesn't
Yeah,
have a happy
I can
ending
be
either.
wrong, but that's my interpretation, sir.
Yeah.
That means it doesn't have a happy ending.
How do you feel about it, Stephen?
I actually haven't seen La La Land. I never felt an inclination. I heard some extremely heated mixed reviews on the subject and decided not to join the drama. It's just I was in drama school. I know what drama's about. I'm not really.
Really? Is there drama surrounding La La Land?
I think that there's some Gosling related drama, but you know,
What is it, a Me Too thing? No, I'm seriously
I have
curious.
no
I don't know
idea.
what. No, but what? Why are people
No, I
salty about
think it
La
was,
La Land?
I think the tone was basically, how can such a plank be in a musical?
Who?
No, they were more
Gosling.
complaining on
He was great.
I'm sure he
Oh.
was. I mean, he's a performer. They cast him for crying out loud. It's like,
I heard most of the complaints.
So you're
were
saying
just-
that you heard from other people that he had a horrible performance, but you yourself have never seen his performance.
correct. I mean, I've seen him perform in other films, but most of those films were of a, cold-hearted, calculating kind of character. So wooden is expected. He's the chill detective. He's the ruthless, revenge taker in, Drive, and so on and so forth.
Have you ever seen The Nice Guys?
Yes.
I don't think so.
With it's Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe.
Oh, perhaps I have. Oh no,
Yeah, I
I'm
saw
thinking
that.
of the detective, the noir detective story with the same two
Just
actors.
Oh,
Like
let's see,
Ryan
he's
Gosling
bang
is
bang.
actually he's very like what even what was that one that he was in with Steve Carell? Anyway, no, Ryan
What was that?
Gosling is a very
Eat, Pray-
entertaining.
no, not Eat,
He's
Pray,
a
Love,
charismatic actor.
Crazy stupid love.
Crazy Stupid Love. That was great.
I'm looking at
And
those
Emma Stone was in that movie too as well.
Well, and also Drive.
Yeah, Drive
Oh,
was a hard movie. There was another one too that Blue Valentine. That movie was a hard movie to watch. Have you guys seen
you.
that one?
Yeah, I couldn't watch it. It was too damn depressing, man. Like,
Which
Yeah.
one?
Christ. It made me want to stop drinking.
Which
I
one?
took a girl out on a date, and that was the movie she insisted on seeing. And about halfway through, I'm just like, you know what? If you're enjoying this movie, I don't want to date you anymore. And I literally walked out on her.
He's probably sitting there eating popcorn. This is a great movie, man.
You're fired.
Good grief. But yeah,
Yeah, I couldn't get through.
I
like
don't
30
pass
minutes of
judgment
that
on
movie.
these things anymore. I mean, these are feature films. If they find an audience, God bless them. But anybody who expects a single feature film to attract a global audience across the board is just a mad person. That's crazy talk, in my opinion. Because the diversity of humanity is just too complicated to create a single audience for.
I am currently flabbergasted, and I'm trying to figure out the math of it. But I am confronted with the idea that if I like something, that the general whatever critics think is terrible.
Mhm.
I have to think about why I like it. Like, I have to justify it to myself
Right.
before I present it to an audience. Like, if I say, and come on, like, I'm not saying this to be rude. I'm not saying this to be self-aggrandizing. I like She-Hulk.
To be fair, you should.
But I feel like I have to be like, like when I say that, the way I say it, it's an apology.
Well,
Really,
I feel exactly the same way. This is actually becoming a more and more serious problem as this whole, telecommunications universe opens up to us. I've been a big fan of Godfather 3. I find it more entertaining to me personally than the first two. But, I lived through the first two because I have Sicilian heritage. But the other one was actually speaking to a much more contemporary form of, what the mafia is going through in the present day. And it entertained me. But I like practically had to write an essay and sign it over to my friends to even argue the point. It turned into a ridiculous thing where I couldn't even mention it in a party because I would just get crucified right there in the middle of the party. It's like, you pretentious film critics. Jesus Christ, can't I have an opinion?
No.
Film critics nowadays,
No.
it's not about having an opinion. It's about getting them views and getting them views and the like. So it's about being, getting the views. Because you shouldn't have to justify liking some things because other people don't like it. If you like something, good for you. So that's your
Phil,
entitlement.
when you go to film critics, who are the guys that you go to?
There's three of them that I mostly follow. Before, technically, it's Chris Stuckman, Jeremy Johns, Dan Burrow, and the occasional Per Nemiroff.
Okay.
Who was a big horror fan, too, by the way. So when it comes to horror, she's a go-to person. So, okay. And maybe John Campy, but John Campy's reviews are silly sometimes.
Well, I've never really subscribed to John Campia. It's not a slight. I just, you meet a guy and you're like, nah, I don't want to hang out.
And there's this other guy. He goes by Sean Chandler. Talks about movies. Every once in a while, he'll get in a good review, decent review. So, but he talks about his kids way too damn much. It's like, who cares?
God, is your wife listening?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and also, I would like to say, you know what? Thank you for reminding me, Stephen Ransom. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by "Will You Marry Me?" Brought to you by Scott.
Let's see who he proposes
Will
to
you
tonight.
marry him?
Let's see.
Please comment below or share.
Yeah, put your wages in tonight.
If you would like to marry Scott,
Comment below.
yeah.
Imagine it just were some kind of pool or some.
Why
wager
not?
of it. It'd be like, put your wager
What
on.
do you have to lose?
I'm swooning as you speak, Scotty. That is the most romantic thing I think I've ever heard in my life. Yeah. His
And,
knees are bent, but it's only because he's sitting. That's fantastic.
It's called the least amount of effort.
I'll take a wager that he'll propose to everybody in the chat, and then probably to both of us by the end of this stream.
Oh, you know what? By the end of this stream, I'll be divorced.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Make sure you sign that prenup, folks.
yeah, no, totes. You can have half of my nothing.
Yeah.
You keep the fan.
I don't listen to reviews anymore. I mean, I don't, because
Yeah, me too.
a lot of new films, there will be a reaction channel who watches the movie, and I have a half dozen reaction channels that are of various opinions that I trust because they appeared very genuine on screen, right? So watching their reactions is better than a review. It's like sitting in the movie theater with them. And if they're enjoying it and I trust their opinions and I like the property, I'm going to go for it, So, yeah, I mean, just the general reaction to Everything Everywhere All at Once was unanimous across the board, across all demographics. Everybody was just like, you've got to see this friggin' movie. And so I was like, I think this movie might be, a good one. It seems solid.
Oh, yeah, there's just certain reviewers that I just simply won't watch. And, I heard that red letter media's gotten better over the years. I mean, some of the reviews back in the day were horrible. It's a film with so much hate.
Well, how much did you spend to see everything always everywhere at once?
I think it's like $20 or something like that.
You paid $20.
No, I haven't been to the movie theater in quite some time. My opinions on the film are secondary.
You haven't seen the movie.
I actually haven't seen a film in the theater since before.
Son of a bitch.
It's a financial circumstance. I'm not happy to say it out loud on air, but it's just I prefer food and cigarettes over cinema.
I had to blow.
Well, Scotty had to sell his soul to get Fletch. So.
I had to blow a banker.
Again, Scotty?
Again.
Mm-hmm. Going into the negative again, huh?
I saw Fletch. I saw the new Fletch.
It's a pricey thing to go to the cinema.
You know what? It was worth it because I got so much joy.
Actually, nowadays the snacks are more than the actual ticket price.
The new Fletch movie is a perfect movie.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that because I know that you've read the novels, right? You're into the property deeper than
Ben from Cinema Gulp knows more about it than I do. He's more passionate about it. I've read some of the books, not all of them, but I am familiar with the pace of the author.
Okay, and the adaptation with this adaptation was convincing. The texture of it was,
and modernized.
That's pretty good.
No, it's great. It's fantastic.
Uh-oh.
I would say this movie, what?
Rebellious Pastry is very bored tonight.
Mm-mm. She said
so.
The word again.
Rebellious. Click on the link and come up here, and you can make the things exciting. It's up to you. Like you're not excluded. If you think that we suck, make us awesome.
Yeah,
please.
That was like last week when we were on Sci-Fi, and what's her name? Carol said that she was bored and she left.
Edge of time, please feel free. Like, do I have to post this in the Goldern chat again?
Yeah, pin it.
Scrolling is not an athletic affair. I mean, geez.
Well, no, but come on, you have to be a concierge.
Yeah, that's true. Open up the door, hold it open.
Well, I'm really looking forward to when Captain Finity arrives.
Shows up.
I want to punch him in the face.
It's funny. I tweeted that you were streaming live, and I'm just like, is this a smart idea, Stefan? I'm like, of course it's a smart idea.
He has Scotty blocked anyway, so.
What are you going to do? Hesitate advertising because of one person? Jeez, what the hell kind of world
He has like half of our audience blocked anyway, so he's probably not even going to see it.
Well, supposedly he unblocked Scotty, but that's not.
No, not true.
Well, I don't know.
I looked.
Yeah, I unblocked him, but then I see all these freaking little tweets he did about my stream the other night, and I fuck this guy, and then I blocked his ass again.
Rebellious Pastry, you should be a person who shows up and makes us all happy.
She's a person of 7 colors.
We need a good youngster on here. You got a bunch of old dudes.
Hey, you know what? This is a situation where if you ask, you will receive. What's going on, Rebel P?
Hey, it's not you guys that are making me bored. It's the fact that I literally have art block that is making me bored.
Oh.
Seems like a medical problem. I hate when they get art block.
Art block is basically a type of burnout where it's just like your hand you've been drawing so much to where it's like, oh my, the mind don't want to draw anymore, but I personally want to draw more, but my mind's like, no.
When you're 40, that's called indigestion.
My creative recommendation is to do a completely different creative form. Baking, cleaning up, knitting, anything, any other creative thing to unblock that reservoir.
Yeah.
Richard's here.
I have to do painting for my IRL obligation tomorrow, so I guess that'll work.
That'll work. Yeah. Just moving the body in another creative way might, unlock all that energy.
When are you doing your surprise for your 500? That's what I'm curious about.
It's an Instagram.
Oh man, I don't have Instagram, or I did, but I deleted it.
Wow.
Oh, also, that reminds me, everyone should go over to my OnlyFans.
Wait,
propose.
And speaking of OnlyFans, literally the time like that I happened to go ahead and hop back on in the chat, we're talking about how I didn't want to fuck.
No.
Well, you don't. No, come on.
Yeah,
You don't want to.
At least they found humor in it. I mean, anybody else would have been all offended. So, oh my god.
I don't mean to be. Rebel P, I don't mean to be rude about it, but you have said many times that you do not want to fuck.
What? But why did you mention it?
Well, because you brought it up in the first place, and I thought I was defending your philosophy.
Yeah.
Was it rude? I didn't mean
No.
to.
Scotty gets viewed. That's all.
It's
Like,
no,
damn it,
it's just like
that
it's
time
just
again.
the fact that like I hopped in at the exactly wrong time.
just wait until he starts proposing to you in about 15 minutes.
Just so you know, if Scotty proposed to me, then he would be straight.
Wait, Rebel P, we are live right now.
Yeah.
Do you think I'm gay?
No.
Okay, just curious. What do you think I am? What do you think my sexuality is? I'm curious.
Think we're straight.
So you think I'm a straight guy?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So do I.
No.
Like, I think I am as well.
But I'm just saying that if you have feelings for a non-binary person, then you're not straight.
Well, no, I think that would just be emotional love. And
Yeah,
I would
true,
and I would
but
want to I would want to express that physically if I loved that person.
Yeah.
I'm not really restricted by bits. If I fall in love with someone, I'll fall in love.
That don't sound very straight.
Yeah, well, why are you trying to put me in a category?
I don't know.
Why can't I love who I want to love without your definitions?
Goodness gracious. This is turning into quite a croissant you got here.
I am a croissant.
With extra butter.
You better believe it.
So yeah,
Scotty was the one that wanted me on.
true story.
So, how's everyone doing tonight? Other than
Horrible.
talking about hushy-gushy romance movies.
Well, actually, I wanted to get back to Clerks 3, so I had to look up the cast to see which one of the guys, Mr. Goatee or Mr. like Arrogant Face, was Dante. I forgot because I've only seen Clerks.
Hang
once or
on a
twice.
second.
I'm
Dante's
sorry.
the one with the goatee.
Yes. So he's the Kevin Smith character.
Oh my. Why are you angry?
Who? Me?
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Brian O'Halloran is Dante Hicks.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Anderson as Randall Graves.
Yep. I'm looking at the cast list right now.
Two of my favorite characters and actors built for the roles that they were born to play.
Indeed. What do you think of the meta of him dying in Clerks 3 when he's supposed to be like a separate identity of Kevin Smith?
It breaks my heart because I know that when I see this movie, I am going to be inconsolable for about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
5 minutes?
Yeah. Like, it's going to break my heart to see Dante Hicks die.
For 5 minutes?
Yeah.
A
Sorry.
whole 5 minutes.
Yes. 5.
Yeah. If you don't think that's a long time, try holding your breath for 5 minutes.
I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to try and hold it in. But it's gonna overwhelm me. I don't think that I'm prepared to see Dante Hicks die.
I think he might be prepared to see Dante Hicks die, though.
Apparently they made it. Other people have seen it already, yo.
Welcome
Just
to
saying.
Rebellious Pastry, where no characters die.
Hey, wait. Rebellious Pastry. Okay, so you have the donut patch, right?
The donut batch, yes.
Right. So, but I subscribed to your channel before you got to 500. So does that make me part of the donut batch?
Everyone who is subscribed to me is a part of the donut batch.
So that's me too?
Yes!
Yay!
Of course.
Thank you.
Everyone is. That is subscribed.
That's
I'm actually
fantastic.
deeply touched. It's to be part of a donut batch is a holy reverent thing.
Yeah, I just call it the donut batch because it makes sense for my brand.
Yes,
But yeah.
the whole delicious, edible, rebellious type of thing.
I guess so.
Well, looky who we have here.
Hello, hello. So
Hello,
if it's
hello.
a Sunday afternoon and you're considering texting your mom the words, I'm bored, instead, you should probably clean your room. So I'm cleaning my room, and you know what? I get this tweet that says, I'm bored, and it's from Baphomet himself. Do you know Baphomet?
No.
Are you making fun of me for
Yes.
literally just like being like I'm bored because my freaking hands don't want to freaking draw?
Well, I'm explaining it's going around, but if you got to wait. It's a big circle. So, Black Phillip. Somebody said in the chat, Black Phillip Alvarez. You should get a hold of T-shirted Historian because he plays Baphomet on Snowdub's channel. If you've ever seen the Cotton Council, we're talking
have.
puppet. We're talking puppet stuff here. So anyway, I thought that was interesting that you came on. Were you bored?
Who, me?
Me?
Yeah. Well, Black Phillip Alvarez. We know you're bored, Rebel P.
Well, no, it reminds me of my favorite part of the show on the Phantasmagorium. I like to point it out any time that it happens. But we currently have 5 members on the panel and 4 people in the audience. So thank you. I am always super jazzed when the panel outnumbers the audience.
Well, I
Well,
had
do
to
you
take
want to know? Do you want to know how you can make yourself happy with that?
How?
If you had 0 people in the chat, and if it was just you on air.
Well, and you know what? Thank you so much for being a friend.
That was the very first tribulation show. He was just by himself. So.
True.
So you
And
were
then it
making
wasn't until
people happy.
the next time he did it, he invited me on.
But
So wait, so you're saying that, you were just happy just going on a show without fans?
Yeah. You know what? People are awful.
hell
It
is
can be
other
it.
people.
Not you. Not you. You're cool.
What do you mean? Some people. Not just kidding. Who cares?
Okay, so Rebellious Pastry, have you ever seen the movie Hudson Hawk?
Not really. I personally
You don't like
haven't.
movies, I forgot.
Good movie, Scotty. God, that movie is so much fun.
So
I
here's
need popcorn for all of these streams.
Here's my comment on artistic burnout is if you quit doing it, you'll feel just as miserable as if you kept doing it even though you were miserable. Because Bukowski would talk about, like, if he didn't type every, like, 2 or 3 days, he would get sick. And I think it's sort of a depression type sickness more than an actual I need to be nauseous type sickness.
You know, the author of the original Conan novel said a very similar thing, that there was an actual bodily mental component to him being reluctant to finish a novel. He felt that Conan was going to beat him up in the shadows if he didn't finish the book.
Yeah, Robert E. Howard.
Yep.
The great Texan from the
All
Great
right,
Texas.
Hello, Edge of Time. How are you doing, man?
But aren't like temporary breaks good?
All right, I'm gonna jump in with a pop quiz.
Uh-oh.
All right, favorite James Bond. Edge of Time, go.
Well, gosh, I just have to go by per Bond. You know, each Bond, I have a favorite for each. But as
Make
you
it
know,
snappy. Make it
as
snappy.
you know, geez. Well, my favorite is Golden Gun. So, Man with the Golden
So you're
Gun.
Roger Moore.
Yes, absolutely, because that's who I grew up with. As
Rebellious Pastry, who's your favorite James Bond?
Oh man.
Yes.
I would. I did not see this question coming today.
I know, it's a pop quiz, hot shot.
I'm gonna say Austin Powers.
The Austin Powers is my favorite James Bond, yes.
Nice. Oh, I didn't know that we could go off the rails that hard.
We can do whatever we want.
My answer is I've never seen James Bond.
Well, oh my, you know what? I'm going to block you.
Bye. You're gonna put me in the basement?
Yeah,
Don't pull a.
it's over. We can't be
segregation on
friends.
me.
It's over. Remove me from your donut patch.
Just forget who I am.
I'm gonna put you in
Okay.
the basement and force you to watch every
Who
Bond
are
film.
you again?
No, don't forget me. No, I know. I acted all
on.
big, but I am insignificant.
Come
Steven's-
on, you were fishing for compliments. Then some reality got caught in the net.
Yeah, Steve's gonna wake up.
Yep,
and
yep.
Why did we lose so many subs?
Oh, it's because people were talking with their heartstones. Anyway,
My favorite Bond is the Our Man Flint character.
oh really? You're gonna go with Bruce Coburn?
Yeah, and mostly because of the President's Analyst.
Well, okay. So, but the real answer, like
Yes.
the
James
real answer,
Bonds.
yeah, the best James Bond of all time is Timothy Dalton.
You know what? According
Actually,
to
that's
the
what I was
books,
gonna
that's
say.
probably the most accurate. That and Daniel Craig's Casino Royale was extremely close to what the novels really felt like.
All right,
Well, in my opinion, of course.
it was close. It was close.
But
Anyway.
Sean Connery is a dashing man.
Well, you know what? Yes, he is. What do you want me to say about Sean Connery? It's like yelling at Zeus
Yeah. Or Zardoz, to be more
or
specific.
Zardoz.
one of my top 10 movies.
He stood on that beach in that little red thong with no batting of any eyes whatsoever. I mean, talk about friggin' confidence.
Zardoz was the movie that taught me how to masturbate.
Zardoz is cosmic horror. I would make the case because. You want to hear my reason?
Yes?
Yeah.
Because they go out in the head and they go to other planets to see if there's other life, and they can't find life anywhere else in the universe. That's one of the. Can you name another movie where we're alone in the universe?
I am Legend.
Legend. Well, no, he's one man who's going to die, but that doesn't mean there aren't aliens.
Right. They
What about
legitimately
those,
went out into space and didn't find anybody.
Right? They looked. And I think that's often missed in Zardoz is the fact that they're decaying as a society is because they tried to grow and there's nowhere to go.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and I just recently watched Silent Running with Bruce Dern.
Sure.
And that's a movie that is absolutely nihilistic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's what a mood. What a mood that leaves you with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dated someone for a couple of years that she told me that when
You
she was
dated?
a teenager, she adored even the climax of that movie. She's like, yeah, blow it up, fuck them, like 1960s rebellion, hardcore, fist in the air.
That's
shaking
the end of
flag,
the
burning
world.
Her bra,
It
the
is
whole
celebrating the end of the world.
And
And
then
one.
when she became a mother and watched the film again, she was like, that guy's a fucking idiot.
Well, he's trying to save what's left. How is he the idiot?
Because he blew it all up. Because
He blew it up because he thought that they didn't deserve it.
Oh.
Right. Which is a humanly selfish act.
Mm-hmm. That man is a psychopath.
Yeah, in a weird, strange way, yeah, he certainly didn't think so, which is what makes him a psychopath.
No, I got it because I really like Bruce Dern. And like as a performer, I liked him in The Burbs. I like him in his Tarantino performances. I like Bruce Dern whenever he shows up. And watching Silent Running, it was like, this is the story of a crazy man who is trying to be a conservationist, but failing because you are killing things to conserve other things, which means you are a hypocrite. Oh, it's incredible to see, but it is a horrible story.
Yeah.
They really made me care about the droids too, which was some good storytelling.
Yep.
I love those droids. Those droids are awesome. Fell in love with R2-D2 for the same reasons. It's just like they're just doing their job, They're adorable with their little arms and they're waddling. It's just, yeah, I love them.
And they're waddling?
Waddling.
They do.
They were
move side to
R2-D2
side.
waddles.
You feel the same
They
way
do
about the
waddle.
Ewoks. You feel the same way about the Ewoks.
I do. I feel the same way about the Ewoks. A little less because they're organic, but.
Well, and I was surprised because I found out the other day that this movie was Silent Running was made before Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kenny Baker was one of the Huey, Dewey, and Louie robots. And and so this actually informed
I never even heard this movie.
that they're Star Wars.
Yeah, and that's why he was so good at R2-D2. He had ground experience. I've been in a tin can before. I've waddled.
Doesn't Earth go to war while they're up there? Is that one of those movies?
You know what? I don't remember.
I think
it's-
so.
It's a similar universe to the universe of the Avatar. The Blue Man
Yeah.
movie. The Blue Person
Blue
movie.
Man movie.
Wait.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw
Wait.
The Earth is just a cesspool. It's losing its ecology. It's the same kind of thing. And these space stations, which is a ridiculous concept on the face of it, they're storing trees on a space station. It's like, I think we could spend money in a different way, but not to discredit the story at all. The story requires it, right?
Sorry,
I think
I haven't been listening at all. I've been looking at myself and
You
being
were
like,
talking.
I look like a stereotypical person who is on heroin.
Well,
No.
they were talking about the Blue Man movie,
Oh,
Avatar.
I saw that stream. I just watched it today, actually. I was like, what? Are we talking about Avatar or Avatar: The Last Bender?
are you guys gonna go see the new Avatar?
No.
Why? What? Edge of Time, shut your head and explain.
I didn't like the first one. Why would I beat
I didn't
myself
like the
up?
first one either, but it's James Cameron.
That's an interesting point.
Well, James Cameron is a master storyteller.
I'd rather
That's
see the
right.
Blue Man Group.
Yeah, if anybody deserves if any director deserves our money at this stage of the game, it's him. He's been putting in a solid effort. He's been creating solid properties.
What if it's good?
Yeah. Well, there's that too.
People will
of
go
course.
out of their way to tell us.
Yeah, but why are you averse to the possibility of
Because
seeing
I
something
like the
awesome?
movie up front, and then like you think about it, and you're like, oh no, gross. I like that. What? How did I just got swept up in this bullshit. When you sit there and think about it, it all sucked from start to finish. And yet this made more money than God. I don't.
Well, first things first. Neither God nor money exist.
Okay.
But I'm looking. You know what? I think that there is a certain level of anticipation that James Cameron will.
Not deliver on whatsoever.
No, I think he's going to deliver. I think he's going to deliver.
I take that bet.
Well, he needs to.
Like,
seen
I don't
True
know
Lies in
how.
4K,
I
so he
don't
needs
know
to-
how.
I
Like
felt the
the-
same way about Titanic. I was like, you
Well,
tricked me into
Titanic is
watching
awesome.
this?
No,
What?
Titanic is a great movie.
The second half is
The whole thing.
when the boat starts sinking. Spoilers.
What?
I know the boat sinks.
What? When?
Titanic things?
Wow, what a concept.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, so Rebellious Pastry, I know you don't watch movies, and I apologize for asking this again. What's your favorite movie?
I forgot, but
The one with the blue people.
Is it
no.
is it Weekend at Bernie's?
Let's see. I think I don't really have a favorite movie, but Big Hero 6 was good.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Bake Hero 6? Is it about baking?
Big Hero 6. Basically where it's like an inflatable robot thingy that this character's brother made. The brother dies and then the robot is still existent.
Oh.
Yes.
Who's your
Big-
favorite actor?
Um,
For everyone. Who wants to answer this?
those
Well,
voice-
Phil
Me.
never told us who his favorite Bond was, so it's just in the back of his mind.
Yeah,
It's
Phil.
hurting him.
Who's your favorite Bond?
No, I want to say Timothy Dalton.
Well, you should, because that's the right answer.
I know that's when he said Timothy Dalton. Like, actually, that's who I was going to say. Even though he did 2 movies, but those were like the.
does
Who better
voice actors count?
Yes.
Rebellious Pastry.
Uh-oh.
You can't vote for yourself.
I said myself. Yeah, me too.
Changing the
Black
rules
Phillip is a character.
mid-quiz, Scotty.
Because Black Phillip is a
All
character.
right, fine. You can vote for yourself. I don't care.
All of
I
us
think my
should be our
Do whatever you
favorite
want.
actor.
That's one of those questions that seems almost impossible to answer. I have
You guys
so
are
many.
dicks. Fine.
I'm
Go
going to have to say Gene Wilder is definitely up there.
He was my favorite Doctor Who.
Gene Wilder? Did he play a Who ever?
No, but like if I had a choice, I think that Gene Wilder would have been the best Doctor Who.
He certainly had the hair for it.
Really
did.
Wonka.
You know what? And I am so angry at myself because I have a copy of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the one with Johnny Depp, but I don't have a copy of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, which is the one with
Shame on you.
Gene Wilder. And so, yeah, I know, right? Like, I'm upset.
Yeah, definitely worth to buy something with a good commentary set.
Well, okay, so now if it may not, I wish I had like some sort of like graphic or transitional song. I don't. So we're gonna transition into I spent too much money.
On what this time?
I went and I saw their new Fletch movie. And I loved it.
Do you want to know how much I spend on movie theaters each year?
I would.
Exactly $0. Most
Why? Are you a
time.
pirate?
No, I just don't watch movies.
Why? What? Okay. Do you listen to music? Do you enjoy color?
Yes.
So what's your? I know. Okay.
What are you gonna say?
I was just well.
Do you like color? Yes, especially if it
Well-
comes out of my own hands.
Well, no. Rebel P.
What?
Like what? Don't you have to observe culture to a certain extent to be able to comment on it?
What do you mean by culture?
Well, what like the things that you like, the things
yeah.
that you, yeah.
I guess if things last 10 minutes, then I'm able to watch them.
But you've said before that it's not a matter of you not having an attention span. It's that when you have an attention span towards something, you are all in 100%. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know. I pay attention to culture. Like I have to try my hardest to watch a movie because it makes me happy to watch it.
Yeah,
I don't know if that has anything to do with anything.
But honestly, I'm just the type of person that like sits there for
You're a
10 minutes
person?
and be like, oh yeah. But
So Scott, do you feel transported at any time when you watch movies? Like, you know how when you read, sometimes you'll have prose that's so good, like you feel like you're in the story. Do you feel like that when you watch movies?
Yeah.
Me too. especially when
I
I'm
had
watching
that
horror.
tonight.
Wow.
I had that tonight.
Yeah.
do you
That
wanna
was
know-
Confess Fletch.
Do you want to know the easiest way to feel that way? If you're literally the one making it.
Well, creativity is the ultimate high. Yeah.
I can tell you are a true creator, Rebellious Pastry, because I know that, like, I'm going to use the words, and I don't mean them in any sort of derogatory sense, but there is a
He means it in a
hyper-egotism.
derogatory sense.
No, there is a hyper egotism to creativity where you get so absorbed in it that it is the whole universe. You're giving birth to something, and there is no questioning at all. You are doing a great job. Like, keep moving forward, soldier. You know, I can understand that level of absorption where everything you're producing is just, as best as you could do it, and you're doing great. Move on to the next. Let's go. And I could tell that you're absorbed in your own work. That's a really good thing to have. That
Your
kind of-
heart is so in the right place, but you're weird.
Bukowski said go all the way. He said don't try.
Mhm.
He said if you're going to do it, go all the way. And I
Yeah.
think he also said that writing is a sickness, that it feels like an illness to participate in it.
Yeah, and I figured out how to go ahead and cure my art block. I'm literally drawing hands on paper.
There you go.
See, there you go.
Maybe you'll come up with a turkey. R.
Do you want
You're
to
literally just tracing your hand?
No. I'm literally trying to draw hands from scratch here.
That's great.
And I
Yeah,
think I've decided that for pastry, I'm going to give them 3-finger hands instead of 4-finger hands. Now, I have a very controversial question for you guys.
Oh, great.
Is the thumb a finger?
No.
No, the thumb is a digit.
Yes.
An appendage.
I have a question for you. Did you see the Midnight Gospel?
For me?
Rebellious pastry.
The what? What?
The Midnight Gospel. It's an animated show. It's very friendly for those of us who have a short attention span.
No, I haven't seen it.
Well, you could check it out on Netflix.
Did Rebellious Pastry say that they had a short
Because you
attention
like
span
animation.
or not? I don't. I
What's that?
misunderstood.
Say again?
Did Rebel P say that they had a short attention span?
Well, she said that she likes movies
They-
under 10 minutes
They.
of length. So that would
Pronouns.
sort of implies that you might enjoy the shorter features.
Oh, well, then they would love the Clone Wars, the original animated Clone Wars series. Those were like 10 minutes apiece or 5 minutes apiece.
Cool.
Done by the same guy who did Samurai Jack. They're really, really good. And similar
like
to the
Samurai
style
Jack.
you're hunting for as well. That very simplified, edgy, kind of super flat 2D animation style.
I have never been angry at my niece before.
But
Right now, I'm like, where did I put those Jenny Todorowsky Clone Wars DVDs? And I know that I gave them to my niece, and I know that she doesn't care.
that's so
She's like, I don't even know what Star Wars is, you old man.
I know
Did
what
she say
Star
it just
Wars
like that?
is.
No, I know, but like, okay, so imagine a 2-year-old right now. Okay, so I'm an uncle to a 2-year-old niece, and she doesn't know what the shit Star Wars is.
Yeah,
God
but
bless her.
she's a 2-year-old.
Well, it's she. So she like doesn't care about the Force or the Sith. She couldn't give a good goddamn
Never
what
been a
Yoda
fan.
is.
I've never been a fan of parents that do that to their kids, like force something on them just because they were a big fan of it as a kid.
Well, no, but it's weird for me because then I'm trying to ingratiate myself to my niece, and I'm using my own frame of reference, which is Star Wars, Star Trek, and all of these things. Now, luckily, she does like Spider-Man.
Oh.
Yeah. Those
Which is
primary
dope.
colors.
Yes.
That's a good
Oh, you should show her the old 60s animated Spider-Man. She probably might really like that.
This one?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Just the opening soundtrack would be enough, I think.
It is amazing. It is amazing.
I could see her.
So
running
anyway,
around the
I really
house
love
just
it.
singing that, and your sister or sister-in-law just being like, "Scotty, I can't believe you've done this to me." Running around the house singing Spider-Man.
And then I'd have to buy silly string.
Yes.
Oh man, that'll
Whipped.
be really fun to do as an uncle or aunt.
And
It's
you know what? I think I've just decided what my niece is going to be for Halloween.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You know, the uncle-niece relationship is a very difficult proposition, Scotty. You know, be
What?
patient.
No, it's fine. She's my best friend.
Yeah, it's all, and ingratiating them with stuff that you think is important is sometimes an interesting road to travel.
You know what? And the weird thing is that I cannot wait to terrify her with the movie Alien.
Yeah.
Like, I want to scare the shit out of my niece.
She's 2. You got a ways to go there.
Yeah, no. The
At
faster
least
the better. Faster the better.
I started watching
Please
War when I
don't-
was 4.
please
So
don't traumatize the child.
Well, okay.
watched,
So what do you show? What do you show a child to like? What is the story that you saw that sort of explained the realities of life? I think the first one that I ever saw was Old Yeller.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, God.
That
realities of
was
life.
yeah.
Have you ever what's
Sorry.
no, go ahead.
No, you.
So with the
Oh,
planet
there's
of
well,
apes.
as far as the reality of life goes, there's this one. It's called. There's this Disney show called. I forget the first name. It starts with a P though. It's something like Fifi the Squirrel. Have you seen that one?
No.
Oh my goodness! Like all these things happen in the. It's actually documented in the. In the nature world, like they're stealing each other's nests and kicking birds out, and we had to watch it every year in school. It was like an early horror show for me.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
terrifying.
I wish I could. I'll see if I can Google it because I hate being that guy who can't
I'm
think.
looking it up right now, actually.
Show her a watershed.
Yeah,
Well,
you can watch it on D plus.
Well, and once
I
again,
did.
thank you so much for being a part of the Phantasmagorium show. Once again, we are 5 panelists with 3 in the audience. Thank you again, 3 in
And-
the audience. I'm sure 2 of those are actually panelists.
Don't forget our sponsor, www.slavgirls. We don't discriminate against older men. So they say.
Totally. And if you want to use the code ScottyR37 at Slav Girls, you can get 12% off.
What is this?
I remember. Let's see. Ricky Tikki Tavi was a big one
Yep.
for me as a little kid. That was you know.
Did you see the one where they throw the ferrets off the thing? Disney threw the
Lemmings over the bridge. They killed the lemmings by throwing them off the cliff.
and lemmings don't really do that.
Yikes! I don't know if I remember that, but
Aren't lemmings known for like following each other?
I only know the video game.
Okay. I thought there was
Have you ever
animals
played the
there.
video game?
No,
Okay.
I'm a strictly Nintendo player, honestly.
It was on it was on Nintendo. Anyway,
I've never played it.
It's called
So-
Perry the Squirrel.
so Rebel P, have you ever used a
Perry the Squirrel,
computer?
that's why I couldn't find it. Good heavens!
Have I ever why don't you go ahead and watch one of my videos and answer that one for yourself?
Do you have a channel?
Wow!
Are we live yet?
Scotty,
Have
Scotty,
you
where are we
ever
going
used
live,
a
Scotty?
computer
Scotty.
before? What do you think I'm streaming on? right
I don't
now?
know.
A
Mind bullets.
potato? A potato?
That absolutely needed a
Broadcasting now on
That
Tater
is a
2.0.
potato with two pencils sticking out of it, and that's all. Yeah, that's all. they
This
are.
broadcast is
Broadcasting.
brought to you by
Cinema Gold.
Potatoes.
When I sat down with one of my nieces and showed her the 2009 Star Trek, before the bad press and the bad sequels to that came out. But
Yeah, sure,
it was an absolute joy to see her get engrossed in the technology and how handsome Captain Kirk was, and she was into the whole thing. And the crowning moment for me was watching her watch an emergency beam out when they're falling, and they beam them before they hit the surface of Vulcan.
Mhm.
That was she was like, what the hell just happened? I'm like, you just witnessed your first emergency beam out. She was like, that was so cool. And I was like, woohoo! I fulfilled my role as an uncle. Wah-ha! So that was fun. Introducing them to the Beatles, that was fun. That was a hell of a lot of fun.
So Phil, my friend
Yes.
T-shirted historian, he runs this puppet that's, Baphomet, and you're into the horror thing. So
Yes.
as someone else suggested, I forget who, maybe you could coordinate for the some of your Halloween stuff because he runs the. Do you ever see the Weekend Geek? He runs every week. He's the
No,
kind of
no.
MC of the Weekend Geek. Well, I put
Check
it
him
in the
out.
chat, but I'm not a mod. I don't have the blue thing.
The blue
T-shirted
thing.
wrench.
Yeah.
The
And
wrench.
you'll never be one.
That's okay.
You have never
It's a
shown
timeless-
yourself
it's a
to be
timeless to be your
worthy.
tool.
Yes.
Wait,
So-
at the time, were you in the stream? I was definitely in the chat when Baphomet went live
I would-
this morning. He went
Well,
live earlier
who
today.
Who made
I would-
the suggestion? Was it you?
I would make you a
mentioned-
mod.
I'm
I
like,
just don't know how.
I know a YouTuber named Black Phillip, and
Who?
he and I mentioned him.
I've never heard of him. How do you spell it?
He's playing a puppet. He does a puppet of Black Phillip, Baphomet.
Yeah, he's got a deep voice like. "Arr, arr, 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 arr."
It's great. It's very, very silly,
Baphomet.
but it's so serious that it
How's
goes
about
beyond being
that?
silly.
How's about that retirement of that there James Earl Jones? He's not going to do the voices no mo's.
Yeah.
Oh well. Yeah.
Had to happen
he's a really
sometime.
nice looking.
Yeah.
Looked
Having
up
a
that
deep
and all
voice,
this.
I can't imagine that. That must be so nice to have a deep voice.
Well, rebellious pastry, can you do a Darth Vader impression?
I am your father.
That was really good. Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah, and supposedly he had a stutter or something. Did you know that?
James Earl
James
Jones.
Earl Jones, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I used to stutter too, so I know what it's like.
Brendan Fraser also
he's
had a
just like a
stutter.
success story,
Mm-hmm.
But you asked who my favorite action star is, and that's Peter Weller.
What's the name of that channel? Baphomet and all this other stuff comes up. So what?
Buckaroo
Well, actually,
Bonsai?
Yeah.
Philip, if you
Started
take a
with
look at my
Buckaroo
channel,
Bonsai.
if you take a look at my Twitter, I
Mhm.
tweeted out his show this morning. So if you just check my
Oh, that was
my
that was you.
tweets.
That was you
You'll-
that sent that out. Okay.
yeah,
You
you'll
know,
definitely
it's-
be able to link to it.
Hang on, before you guys keep talking, and I appreciate you guys talking. I just want to say that I just realized that I've been on camera this entire time, and I am so happy that I haven't picked my nose once.
Yeah, we're live.
I've picked
Yeah,
my nose
I
like
know,
5 times.
right?
Nobody noticed.
Wow. That's why I never turn on my camera. I'm too scared of seeing myself in it.
Like picking your nose.
Mhm. I've picked my nose 5 times.
Or drawing
Nobody noticed.
hand.
Anyway, I didn't pick my nose, so get off my back.
Imagine drawing hands on camera.
Well, okay.
Dillar's done that, so I've seen
Yeah.
him do that. But
I think there's whole channels dedicated to such things.
While
Drawing
How
he's-
to
hands.
draw
while he's-
hands. We're gonna
while
draw
he's
big
chatting,
fluffy
he's
hands.
literally drawing while he's streaming.
Okay,
Some
so
nice happy fingernails over here that are living on the tips of your fingers.
Mhm.
all right. I don't want to say this live, but I'm gonna. Is Captain around? I want to punch him.
Nobody
No, I
cares.
keep checking to see if he's streaming against you, Scotty, but he's not. Not yet.
All right.
Yeah, red shirt got on you because he felt like you were ignoring his chats.
Oh.
I know he actually said that he needed to go eat and he was getting frustrated with the autocorrect. I think he's typing
Boo.
on his phone, but he should just start writing novels. I mean, he does so. He should just transcribe his chats for Christ's sake. There's like a
Well,
whole book
what
every
is-
time he appears.
You know what? Here's a weird thing because I don't think that I even have an answer for this. Stephen Ransom, what is your favorite novel?
Ooh, I'm going to say it's a novel by Rudyard Kipling called Kim, and it's a very, very early spy novel that takes place in British India during the Afghan conflicts between England and Russia. It is an excellent, deeply natural and grounded spy story that takes place on the ground with this very young kid who loves India more than he loves his own native land. And all of the characters in it are so genuine and rich. There isn't a single flat two-dimensional character in the whole book. I've listened to it dozens of times at this point. It's so good. It's like he becomes a spiritualist spy, and because he hangs out with this Tibetan yogi. It's just so good. I love it.
And who wrote it again?
Rudyard Kipling.
Excellent. Rebel P,
Yeah.
what's your favorite novel?
Any of them that I don't have to read.
Is it Twilight?
Sorry.
How
I know what he's watching.
gross.
Okay,
I found
I'm
it,
sorry.
yes.
That was rude. I didn't mean to say it like that.
I don't know how to. I don't like to read books, so you can skip me.
Well, no, I know you can't read. I wasn't gonna ask you.
My favorite novels are the ones I haven't read yet because I haven't read them yet. Because I will never read them. So I guess technically you would technically be correct.
That is an incredibly romantic sentiment, but it doesn't
Found a
make a
loophole.
lick of sense.
Where will P find a loophole to your question?
My favorite novel is any that I've never read.
Hmm. You know why? Because it doesn't take a lot of work to not read them.
Yes. Oh. After this, can I ask everyone a question?
Yeah, please.
Sure.
But first, Edge of Time. What is your favorite novel?
Oh, that's a tough one. But if you ask me what I think the most influential novel is, I would say that it is the Princess of Mars series.
Because you get Star Wars from that, and you get
Superman from that too.
Right. You before Star Trek, so
You get Tarzan.
Mm-hmm. Same author too. So.
Yeah, you get. It's one of the first incarnations on paper of a four-armed creature, isn't it? I mean, Sinbad did the multiple-armed creature, but the
So we're
four-armed.
talking Edgar Rice Burroughs there for the record. But if you said, you can only take one book to a desert island, I think I'd read Hero with a Thousand Faces.
Yeah, that's probably very good.
It's very rereadable.
If I could only take one book to the desert, I would bring a sketchbook.
Wow.
That is a book, so yep.
But you could bring another book and draw on the pages.
Oh my God! And Puff would be smoking all the pages, of course.
Use them as rolling papers.
That's right.
The biggest book, I'm guessing.
Okay, so back to Peter Weller. Can you make a case for a better action hero? Because he was RoboCop, he was in Star Trek, he was in Batman, he was in Screamers, which is a Philip K. Dick adaptation. Who else has these distinctions?
He was also Buckaroo Banzai, for crying out
Yes,
loud.
there you go.
And he was on Sons of Anarchy and directed some episodes too.
And he was in Naked Lunch. Talk
Naked
about a
Lunch.
diverse action career.
Yep. It's junk. It's junk.
I
What's
cannot argue.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I
Doesn't
think
love
he's
Peter
kind of
Weathers.
underrated. Yep.
Yeah, he is.
Robo.
And now he's like a
Far from
a
underrated.
doctorate in architectural design. So
Oh, and
talk
he
about
plays
accredited.
the flugelhorn or whatever that thing is, that tiny that little tiny horn.
Okay, you should have, you were good before you brought up the flugelhorn.
Well, no, I mean he's a musician too. Like
Yeah,
he
no, I get
actually
it, but
plays the guitar and
now you're just flexing.
He's a pretentious hipster.
He's got a flugelhorn.
Oh, Scotty.
Scotty, if you want, I could act like the captain. You could punch me around.
No, I don't want to punch anybody.
Except for the captain.
Well, yeah, no, toads.
Get in line for that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who is equal to that caliber of action hero. I'm gonna have to go with like a classic like Charlton Heston because of the number of types of stories he's been involved in.
Yeah.
Could have said Steve McQueen, but I mean, if he is,
Yeah, that's true too. That is true too.
Who would you
he was
say,
a big action star.
like, what are your top 5 action stars of all time?
Is that a general question?
Yeah.
Well, you got to throw Arnie in there somewhere. I
Arnie.
think.
Arnold, Stallone are in there. Bruce
Mhm.
Willis in there.
Van Damme.
Jackie
Not Van
Chan.
Damme. Yeah,
Jackie Chan in there.
Yep.
Michelle
Hey, I
Yeoh.
had a
Willis.
general question.
Can we put actresses in there too?
Well, yeah,
Michelle Yeoh.
in there. And Rebel P, you said something?
I
Yeah,
said
make
that
a
I
gender-
had a general question.
Well, ask your damn question.
What is everyone's Harry Potter houses? Let's ignore the fact that J.K. Rowling is who she is. Here
You know what? I think I'm a Slytherin.
I took that quiz and I came up as Hufflepuff. I'm like, damn it, I wanted.
What house do you think I'm in?
You're probably what's
Slytherin.
not. No, not Hufflepuff, not Slytherin. What's the other one?
Hippogriff.
Either Ravenclaw or
Ravenclaw. Yeah, no, I
Can you
think
see
you're
up there?
Ravenclaw.
Can you see it at the top of my?
Why do you think
Ceiling.
I'm a Ravenclaw?
Because I don't think that you are completely Slytherin, and I don't think you're completely Hufflepuff. I think you're a little bit of
So
Ravenclaw.
it's a displaced answer, not a genuine one.
Well, no, it's kind of like Ravenclaw is one of those ones where you're sort of ambivalent. You're not necessarily committed.
That's honestly like Ravenclaw's the one that I scored lowest on.
Well,
It's
then
Slytherin.
maybe
I'm not
I'm
even
not
trying
a
to-
very good wizard.
I'm not trying to sound rude. I would have said Slytherin for sure.
You think I'm Slytherin?
Yeah. No, I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I mean, yeah.
No, I know. I'm a Hufflepuff.
Yay,
No,
like me.
you're not.
Yay, we're Hufflepuff together.
Yes.
Why do you think?
Say
Why are
not-
you a Hufflepuff? Why do you think you're a Hufflepuff?
I'm nice and kind.
Says
Yeah.
you.
I took that damn quiz 3 times, and every time it came up as Hufflepuff. I was like,
You're
damn.
not. But that's the biggest thing, Phil. You're not Hufflepuff.
I know.
You're
It's
not.
weird. I changed my answers too. I was
Like
purposely-
even you know you're lying.
Like, I tried to answer.
You
evil, like,
figured out how to
Slytherin.
work the puzzle. And you were like, how do I get to be a Hufflepuff? And you pressed all the right buttons. And you were like, yay, I'm a Hufflepuff. But you
Yes, I'm a
know
Hufflepuff. I
you're not a Hufflepuff. At least I know I'm not a Hufflepuff.
Take a
I
quiz.
think of myself as a Gryffindor, but more than likely I'm just a brave Ravenclaw. Because I take my intellectual properties extremely seriously. And I love Luna. I love Luna to pieces. I love her to death. She is the most adorable creature ever. And like the whole
Luna.
Potterverse.
Yeah, Luna
I
love
love her.
good. Yeah.
So what do we think Scotty is?
I agree. Scotty is probably Slytherin.
Maybe
Very
Slytherin.
nice. Very nice.
Yeah,
Slytherin.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
He's like, Scotty's not a Potterhead anyway. He's just a pothead. So.
Yeah, but if I were like I am acknowledging of magic and all that jazz, and yeah, if I were to choose my house, I would, yeah, I'm
But actually, you
Slytherin.
can technically, with the Sorting Hat, you can choose whichever house you want to be in.
Well, I'm pretty sure the Sorting Hat would say this motherfucker is Slytherin.
Gryffindor for me.
The Sorting Hat would just be like, Hufflepuff, Slytherin. Hufflepuff, Slytherin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my, yeah. But both of my parents are Slytherins.
Ah, to be 12 again. I was 24 when the first Harry Potter movie came out. Like 20 when the first book came out.
Well, at least they're not muggles, huh?
Mm-hmm. I actually do have all the books too. I've only read the first 3 though.
You can't read. You told me.
That's why I only read
You
the first
can't
3.
read the truth.
There's something called audiobooks, you know.
Yeah, I know.
That's all
that's
I've
true.
been doing for decades now is audiobooks. So when I say read, I mean listen, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, like I just suck at reading because then I'm reading and then I'll get lost, and then I have to go back like 4 or 5 pages. Okay,
Well,
so that
that's
happened.
the secret, is that never go back, because you did absorb the knowledge. It just wasn't enough to really excite you. Just keep going. Never go back. Because I've gone back. I'm like the opposite. I'm a speed reader. So I've gone back. I've like, oh, I lost interest here, and you never missed anything important. If you lost interest, it's for a reason.
Right.
So just keep going.
Mm-hmm. This guy actually do have a short attention span too. So
Sorry, what were you saying?
I used to think so, but they told me otherwise.
That you have, or you don't have a short attention span?
That I don't.
What's your name again?
Rebellious
told both.
pastry?
I know have we met?
Oh, I've never seen you before in my life.
Oh my stars, I'm such a dory. You know what? Making you giggle is one of my favorite things. So
yeah.
well, okay. So what is your favorite alien ever? Mine is the Predator.
Mine
Wait. No, I take that back. Mine is Alf.
Mine is Megamind.
Mac and me. Just kidding.
Mega Man is not an alien.
Megamind.
Megamind? He's not an alien.
Really?
Can I say Lilu?
Yes, he is.
You don't know who Megamind is?
Well, I've seen the movie.
It's gonna be like R&B. You can't say Lilu. Everybody says Lilu.
He wasn't an alien.
Lilu?
Lilu's not an alien.
Was.
Well, you were wrong.
Well, she's not human.
It has to be an alien. You know what? My favorite alien is Belana Torres.
Okay, how about Gamora?
Oh no. What's her name? You know, the lady from the Guardians of the Galaxy with the big eyes and the antennas.
Oh,
Mantis.
yeah, okay.
Mantis.
She's
yeah.
cute. Mantis. Cute.
My favorite alien is Deja Thoris, Princess of Mars.
I don't know who that is. Where is she from?
Well, have you ever seen John Carter of Mars?
I have not.
Does the
Okay.
three-titted chick from Total Recall count?
You know, she is a human, but with mutants.
Ah, shit.
Well, knowing your penchant, you should check it out. She's from the Red Planet, Barsoom, and she's a sort of red-skinned princess.
Well, and you know what? It's a big deal because I really should see John Carter of Mars. I've heard it's a really good movie.
It
It
fun.
is a really good movie, and the series of books from Princess of Mars on through is a pretty solid adventure property as well. It's
We
a pretty
really-
good franchise of books that I think you might enjoy. They're simple, but the world, when you can put your mind into the idea that this is pre-World War I, this is before the Titanic sunk. These books were on a bookshelf being read by adventure readers.
And
It's,
same
pretty startling.
Same deal
Pre-Doom.
with the Time Machine with
Yes,
H.G.
indeed.
Wells.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that
indeed.
character, his hero doesn't even have a character. He's just the narrator or the time
Yeah.
traveler. That kind
You're a narrator.
Yes, I am. An unreliable one.
Arr!
Wait, would that mean I'm technically a narrator as well?
Indeed.
If
Can you narrate my funeral?
Here lies the wonderful Scotty. That
This idiot.
Unfortunately, this funeral had to be held over Zoom because his only friends were online.
Wow, that cuts deep, yo.
You asked.
I know, and you made it so much worse. Anyway, yeah, no, totally true. No, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I will send you a corsage and some chocolate.
Yeah, I was
Will
going to say
I-
too soon, but she was on a roll.
She was. No, you know what? I liked it.
Wait.
I did. I liked it. It was great.
I forgot
was
what
a
I was gonna
donut
say,
hole
honestly.
eulogy.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, did I break your concentration?
Oh my God. Why am I triggered?
Triggered by a silly pastry that can't remember what they do for what they're doing for the life of them.
Well, do you know what you're doing?
I'm trying to figure out what I want to upload to my Instagram.
Well, okay.
Decisions.
Decisions. I'm probably gonna choose the new profile picture I have.
I'm not going to do any of that. Like, oh, I'm not.
No.
You're not
No.
gonna do what?
I'm not going to upload things to my Instagram.
Well, you're on air, on camera, so you'd look very silly if you were to upload something to your Instagram right now.
Well, no, but okay. So if that's the decision that we're going to make, then what should I like take a picture of myself now and then post it to my Instagram?
Yeah, and I need a clarification here. I tweet during live streams all the time. I mean,
Yeah.
Is your face on camera?
Well, mine is right now.
right.
Mine too.
And
So
is
is
not
Bill's.
CGI. This is not CGI.
this 2D face that I am talking
We
to
could
is
not
very
make
similar
an
to my own.
individual that ugly. I love you, Phil. I'm sorry. That was just a cheap. That was very cheap.
No, that was funny actually.
Thanks, man.
Wait. So, who else is gonna make a eulogy for Scotty?
Yeah, who else is going to tell me that it's awesome that I'm dead?
I'm going to take Wash's eulogy for his wife and just reincarnate it for Scotty. And here lies Scotty. You know, it's a shame that he had to go now that he's all, grossified and
Well, I walk
corpseified.
in.
I'm gross. Yes.
It's a shame that he's drying out as we speak. That his skin, once so luscious, is now becoming crispier by the second.
The hell?
I got her. I got them. I got them.
Oh, Lord. We're talking about eulogies. Oh, wait.
But, if we were doing a try not to laugh challenge, I'd be the first one to lose.
And yet you were making yourself laugh in your own.
If you don't want to
Come
laugh,
up with
just go on
silly
Captain's
expressions
channel.
with regular words.
No, I would still laugh on Captain's channel. I'd just be laughing at him, not with him.
Oh, wait a second. Carol's got a date. She can't stay. She's got a date.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, I haven't even seen any of the chat. I haven't been paying attention at all.
I've been keeping my eyeballs
Yeah, no,
on Scotty.
Red Shirt got mad at you. She's like, I mean,
No,
yeah,
he's
he was
cool.
like,
He's cool.
Well,
I gave
no,
him an
but the
award.
thing is,
Yeah.
come on, everyone is welcome. There's like the invitation to the conversation is in the chat. You're allowed to come up here.
even
if you wanna-
even Terje's in the chat actually.
And
Yeah, well,
Tiger Stripes
Terje.
says that that they are a Hufflepuff, by the
Terje.
way. Rebellious pastry. I don't know if you caught that. She,
Yeah.
Tiger Stripe answered the question.
Understandable.
And that they are very close to Luna.
Did
Tiger
you
Stripe.
call me gay?
No, not well. What of it?
It was
What
a
of it?
guttural they. I apologize. It
What
was
of
a
it?
Seriously guttural they.
Well, I guess they is as gay as you get on here.
Are you?
He meant
I'm an
like in the
ace.
happy. He meant like in the
I'm
happy
not.
sense. He meant like in the happy
I'm
sense.
Nay. I'm Nay. Hi, I'm Nay.
You know what? When it comes to those sort of situations, I'm just a big fan of when people couple. I just like it when people couple.
Right? Can't we all just get along?
Do you want to know? Do you want to know what I would want to see on The Bachelor
Butt
or
stuff.
The Bachelorette? Do you want to know what I'd like to see? So let's say that.
Furries.
No,
I
gonna
like
say
furries.
that I would like to see on The Bachelor that the Bachelor ends up gay and goes for the host.
Oh, that'd be
instead of
cool.
anyone
That'd be
on
fun.
the show.
Actually, they had a bachelor who was gay. He just played the part the whole time.
But someone that ends up coming out as gay in the end, just be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not into any of these girls."
Didn't they do something similar to that? They got canceled after like 2 episodes.
I think so.
Like
But-
it was like, I think it was like
Where-
one of those Fox shows.
Do you want to know what would be even more interesting? If
What's that? Would it be hardcore pornography?
No. If they were to bring on someone who isn't attracted to anybody, and then this person's like, I actually would like nobody, thank you.
You know, they interview these people before they bring them on the show.
I was gonna say.
And it's set up beforehand
Like,
anyway.
oh no, sorry, don't let the door hit you on the way out. Sorry, thank you.
No, imagine if somehow I managed to get on the show, and there is no way in heck I'd get on The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. They would not know which way to put me.
Yeah, you would be kicked off the interview process. Just they would ask you, "What are your interests?" It's like, "Oh, all the things I've never done."
Imagine
Well- But Rebel P, you've expressed your asexuality before. Yes.
Yes.
And you know what? I kind of feel in the same category. It's one of those things where, but it seems like a dismissal of something that I want. Like, I enjoy intimacy. Do you?
Platonic intimacy.
Yes, but even in like an intimate intimacy, have you had intimacy?
Keep the clothes on.
No, and then this may be a little bit too personal for a public thing.
Yes.
So so we don't have to talk about that. But I am in my space. I am a big fan of physical intimacy.
So you can't be asexual then.
I guess
Technically
not.
You could. Technically, you could, but
I can crave physical intimacy and be asexual. That seems counterintuitive.
there's the intimacy positive aces.
Which means they don't have feelings, but they want to have feelings.
It
Yep.
seems like a lot of goal. Like, I don't know how many fucking equations.
Oh wow.
Sexuality is mostly about higher math these days.
No, sexuality is about consent, and I'm just a guy being like, "Would you like to?" And then someone else says, "Sure."
Yeah, I think if it goes any further beyond, baby, it's cold outside.
Wear a jacket.
Then the discussion is just ridiculous. Wear a jacket. Whap, whap,
That
whap.
song is invalid to me because I live in Texas. It doesn't get cold here. So
Oh,
It gets cold.
whoa,
where I'm
Loney.
at.
Yeah, it's
like,
hot
baby,
in
it's
Los
hot
Angeles
outside. That's
all
all
the
right.
time,
That
but
song.
during the
I'm
winter,
gonna be
it
chilling out
drops
in
to like
negative
40.
degrees during the winter time.
I feel like I fell asleep for like half an hour.
Baby, the power company can't keep the lights on in Texas.
Touche. Right on.
Goodness gracious. Speaking of intimacy, this young person.
No, for the last time, Stephen Ransom.
Oh well, don't
No
make me
means
beg,
no.
Scotty. I keep sending you letters, and I've emptied whole bottles of
You know what?
perfume on the envelope.
And I'm saying, like, the cards that you send, they smell great.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good.
Wait, so
Like-
you use perfume for the cards?
Yeah.
Not yourself.
Victory.
No, he's a very sensitive lover.
Oh, well,
Yes.
Thank you.
Baby
Thank you.
lavender baby oil, right?
that was well punctuated, Scotty.
You
In a
good?
cafe, this young person shows up, and their neck is completely covered with very, very, just covered with hickeys, like about the size.
Have you
Of
ever
a
made out with
quarter.
a nun? They are really enthusiastic.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
Actually, I did make out with a woman that was a nun.
Oh wow.
Was.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't know
that
why
was
she
the 90s.
Have you ever been a nun?
That's none of your business.
Yeah, somebody's fun.
uh,
Thank you.
Nunya. Nunya what? Nunya
Nunya.
business.
None ya.
No, shut up. You're not going to do better.
I out dad with
Rebel
the dad
P
joke.
won
Good
the
luck.
game. It was totally they
That's
won.
Scotty tossed that right over home plate.
Thanks for playing. It's been fun.
Exactly. You will not.
Well, it's a
supersede.
bad habit.
So who's your favorite Star Wars general, and why is it Grand Admiral Thrawn?
Did he have hickeys too?
Yes. Covered in blue.
I would imagine so. Him being, prawn.
Anyway, we don't have to talk about Grand Admiral
Tangled
Thrawn.
up in
No,
blue.
actually, I had put up in on Twitter. The guy who played House in the TV series House,
Hugh Laurie.
Cute
he
Lord.
would be a perfect Admiral Thrawn. I think he would really pull that off.
You know what? He's got a great show going on. What's it called? Anyway, he's great. And I admire his acting across all comedy and drama.
He was great.
Yeah,
Stuart
I mean-
Little.
His portrayal in House, I just fell in love with him. His ego was so out of control. It was just a joy to watch him fumble through his own life like that. It was a lot of fun.
I
Yeah.
tried to listen to the Admiral Thrawn audiobook, and I couldn't believe how poor the quality was. I'm like, Disney only owns a Tater 2.0 to record on? What's the deal here?
Bet
Well, what? Sorry.
if I was recording for them, it would sound a whole lot better. It's just the fact that half of the or a good or I'm not at least a portion of the Disney fans would complain about having someone who isn't straight recording for them.
What? You
I gotta
lost me
find
there.
out. I gotta find out when this audiobook was produced because I'm curious to whether or not Disney even had anything to do with it. Didn't they?
Are you
somehow-
angry?
I mean, it's Disney Star Wars. It's
I'm
not.
saying that I could record it better, probably.
Well, but Rebel P, are you angry at me because I have a glorious velvety voice, and yet I'm also straight?
No.
So, what value is it that you bring up the straightness of the voice actor?
I don't know. The fact that I'm not.
You're not straight?
I'm just saying that, like, Disney fans, there's some Disney fans that would get offended. Think about this. The Owl House got canceled because it was gay.
Because it was gay or because it sucked?
I think a more accurate statement would be you couldn't please either side, those that want straights and those that want gays.
I don't know. I feel somewhat troglodyte in my opinions. I feel old. Like I don't
like that. Like, I don't,
I don't care about who you want to make sweet romance with.
And if
like, and if it's with me, great. Then I'll pay attention. But I don't care about if, like, what if your sweet sweet romance doesn't involve me, then I don't care.
Okay. That's fair.
Like, I don't care. Is it with me?
No.
Well, then go away.
Okay.
Like,
I
hey,
see the
hey,
leave studio button.
Rebel P, is there any possibility that I'm going to be able to give you an orgasm?
No.
Well, then why are we even remotely talking about it? What does it matter?
Oh. You're making
I
me
think that
Alright.
I think that your sexuality is very, very important with a person that you want to be sexual with.
Oh. Oh wow. That's a fancy way of saying no one cares.
No, I already said no
Yeah.
one cares. I tried to be more eloquent. Well, and if it's rude, is it rude?
No.
Am I okay?
I'm just laughing because of just how this is going.
I'm being honest. I'm trying to be as honest as possible.
Awkward.
Says your mom.
Just imagine if a certain person was on the panel right now, you would be
The
tearing it
captain?
up. Yeah.
Then we'd have two
Who?
people talking about themselves.
Jeez.
We would
Are you
be
making-
telling, I'm going to clip this, I'm going to clip that. And I'm gonna
Steven
Imagine
Ransom, are you
this.
making fun of me?
Imagine
No, actually, I'm not.
Imagine if the captain got more offended than I did about things.
You know, it's kind of a shame that Sean Connery didn't make that list of action heroes. He should be in the top 5.
Well, did you ever see the video game from Russia with Love, where Sean
Oh,
Connery
yeah.
did the mocap?
Yeah.
He's not an action hero in that. He's casually throwing grenades over his shoulder like he was asking for another drink.
I need that game. I need that
It's-
game.
It's like the most not action James Bond. He's so suave during the whole thing. It's ridiculous. I love it. Not throwing shade at all at it at all. It's just
Well, and I
he's in a
apologize.
tuxedo during most of the action sequences.
I do have to break in just briefly and say once again, thank you again to everyone who is a fan of the Phantasmagorium show. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This evening we have 5 members on the channel. We have myself, Scotty R37. We have Black Philip Alvarez. We have Stephen Ransom. We have Edge of Time, and we are also blessed with Rebel P. There are 5 members on the channel, and there are 2 people watching. Thank you again. Thank you again.
That's kind of this
least
is
you
kind
see
of
the people watching.
disproportionate, honestly. Like I feel like
Well,
there's
you know
some
what?
people-
It's because no one likes you.
Uno reverse card.
Uno reverse card.
Reverse Uno on it.
How you showing your age there, rebellious? Showing your age.
Yeah, no, right?
It's within the range I gave y'all.
Anyway, thank you so much for being here, guys. I don't even know what I'm doing.
Excellent. Well, as soon as you want to push that button, Scotty.
I can hang up anytime I want.
Just so you know, whenever time you want could also imply never.
No, you know what? It would be great if this could last forever.
Yeah, imagine doing a 24-hour stream.
Well, I don't know if I have that much energy in me, but it's really fun to hang out with you. It's fun to hang out with all you guys. So, we get to talk about, you know what? I'm sick and tired of, what am I sick and tired of?
Keanu Reeves being an action star?
That's the one.
The captain?
You know what? I actively hate.
Using the word hate here.
Hey. Uh-oh.
Will Smith.
Oh wait, the one
McSlappy?
Snappy McSlap.
yeah.
That is the only time that I'm ever going to use his name. I had to express it because I hate.
Mhm. Didn't want anyone thinking it was talking about somebody else.
My stars. That man is an asshole.
Yeah,
So,
far too well paid asshole.
and I've seen people in chats, and they've been like, separate the art from the artist, and what? And
Nope.
it's like, you know what? No.
Not for him.
That's when you go and slap him anyway.
I am not even a
Shut
Lord
up, I'm
of the
right.
Rings fan, but you shall not pass.
Right.
Fuck you, guy who slapped Chris Rock.
Just so you know, if someone were to try,
Are you
to
married to him?
just so you know, if you tried to separate me from my work, it would be impossible.
Right.
Because you are your work.
Well, we are all the universing
Yeah, baby. Now we're talking.
because there is
Oh,
no
that would
free
be-
will.
And Scotty turns off the stream.
No,
Because if there was free will, there would have to be you'd have to believe in uncaused effects, which would be a world of madness.
You're a world of madness.
I'm
This
gonna go
panel
open the
is a-
stream now. I'm angry.
You know what? I just realized how drunk I am.
Oh, well,
I am-
you've been
Good for you,
carrying
Scotty.
well.
I am
Being
completely
aware is,
sober right now.
did I just get suspended from Instagram? What's going on here?
It's because I
me.
sent like 4 dick pics.
Hmm.
See? I just got
Aw.
a notification.
Your dick pic sending was successful.
We cannot process your 3D.
Oh my God, Twitter is screwing around with me. I can't see my analytics most of the time
I'm
when I
gonna
go to
hang
check
up.
and see.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Ada.
We didn't hack you.
That's so funny.
Oh well. You know what? They are lovely. I always enjoy having a conversation with Rebellious P.
Thank God they're gone.
Yeah, thank God. For God.
That doesn't exist.
Well,
Well, that's up to you.
it's
Well, no,
very
you know what?
interesting to talk to an actual person that is deep in
Well,
you know,
Ed-
some of this narrative that we're discussing these days.
Edge of Time, do you believe in God?
No, but I still have
Why not?
the brainwashing of childhood. Occasionally when I'm in trouble or I'll be like call on the Almighty to help. But it's bullshit. I realize it's bullshit. Why don't I believe in it?
Yeah.
Because I think that if you should relate God to nature, if anything, and nature
Yes.
is not compassionate. It's totally cruel, and it's not benevolent. It doesn't care about the individual. So why would there be a God that cares about the individual? And you look at how poorly suited we are to live on this planet. It's like. What God would make a creature that's like constantly in physical and mental suffering, in a state of constant pain, and we spend all our time trying to get away from the human condition. We're trying to distract ourselves with our entertainment, with our relationships. We try and get lost in doing. Whereas you would think the ideal sort of planet God relationship, your whole purpose would be just to be, like just be human, do what humans do. But instead, we're all interested in gaining ideas. Like we want to gain money, we want to gain fame. And if you're not into that, you still want to gain enlightenment. And that's the worst poison of all, is to have these unattainable things that some guru has poisoned you with, like enlightenment or moksha or whatever.
But isn't the gift of existence enough
Why is it a gift? It just is what it is.
to be able to have consciousness?
But everything on this planet is meaningless. To
Allegedly.
me,
You
it
aren't.
has.
You aren't.
Well, no, I mean you are asserting that I have value, and I would
You
say that.
do.
But to nature, I do not have value. I only have value to other humans.
You
I
are
mean,
the.
Oh,
You are
hold.
this. You are the objective. You are the universe experiencing itself.
Yes, I know this, but it doesn't change the fact that
But
all
that's
of
an incredible miracle.
the universe is only interested in you procreating, and probably procreating to create a better
Whoa.
killer,
Well, hold on
like
a second.
crocodiles. And
You're adding a lot of anthropomorphization to the universe itself. I don't
Well,
know
I
if
like
the
that.
universe has ever voiced an actual opinion that we continue to give it this voice. We don't know if the universe doesn't consider us. We don't know if the universe doesn't care about us. We
It
don't
doesn't.
know. Just like when you
Spoilers.
look at a dog, you're assuming what it's assuming. You're assuming what its acts mean. You're basing all of that
Let me
on
go ask
human
my dog
traits.
that right now.
Yeah.
right,
know, it's-
but if I have a father and all my father does is beat me and put me in misery, I'm not going to think that the universe is a compassionate place. So
I
saying
never said the universe
Oh.
was compassionate.
So I'm saying that the universe, that God equates to nature, and nature is terrible. All creatures have to eat other creatures in order to survive, is not a very like enlightened system.
That reminds me, I should order a pizza.
Wow,
Pizza
that was a
enlightenment.
did I leave the stove on moment? That reminds me, I need to breathe.
But that's just Spinoza and Schopenhauer and all these smarter guys than me said this stuff. Hey, look who's back.
Sorry,
Instagram famous Rebel Pastry.
Sorry. I had to go ahead and fix some technical issues with my Instagram. Apparently, my Instagram don't like me celebrating my sub milestone on YouTube. Maybe it's jealous that I have a YouTube to begin with.
You have a YouTube?
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Welcome to Phantasmagorium.
What?
So, Scotty,
we do
why don't-
no research. We do no research around here.
Scotty, why don't you believe in God?
I do. I do believe in God.
Aw, doggy.
What's the meaning of life, Shaggy?
I plead the fifth because I choose to remain non-religious on this channel.
Well, I don't even think that God is a thing that is religious. I think it's
He's not listening
it's
to this
more
channel
than like I don't think of it in terms of a specific sect of religion. It's like, do you believe in a higher power? And that's when, yeah, that's my.
Now, see, I used to believe
I believe in Cybok.
believing in God would be useful to you even if you didn't know it. Kind of like even if you ate salt and didn't know that your body needed it, it would still be useful to your body, right? But then I thought about, what if I'd never had the conditioning of the Christian religion? I hate that, playing by the Christian religion rules and feeling like no one else is, and getting your ass kicked at school and all this other shit because you've bought into a bunch of bullshit.
Well, I need to explain just very briefly something that I witnessed my niece do when she was barely a year and a half old. Okay, for Christmas, she received a baby doll. And the first thing she did was look down on it as she cuddled it and rocked it in her arms. And it was the most genuinely natural maternal reaction I think I've ever seen before. And there was something anthropological about it, so primordial about it, that it took me by surprise. I was like, it was just human instinct on her part.
Do you want to know what I thought you were gonna say?
No.
No.
I do. I want to hear.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, I thought you were gonna say something odd, like your niece tore the head off of this doll.
Okay, I think we could finally.
You are one of
classify
the most
rebellious
fucked up
pastry.
people I've ever met in my entire
Yeah, I was
life.
going to say something a little more clinical, but yeah, basically, yeah, Scotty, ditto.
But here's
You
the
are
thing.
you are weird.
Now, here's the thing. I'm a cartoonist, and cartoonists are weird. Okay,
No duh.
I rest my case. But the thing is that you
Maybe
were
I should
like,
Jones
become a
may have
cartoonist
issues with
then.
that.
the reason of why I thought that was because like you were like, wow, guess what I'm gonna say, and I always seem to guess the most outrageous crap ever.
Well,
And
I
yeah.
think that the child had been conditioned because even if the child is a smaller human and has been held by a larger human, so
Oh,
the conditioning
okay.
is there.
I agree with you that is a possibility, but there was still a mental process in this person's mind that said to them, when I have a baby in my arms, I want to do that, because she wasn't doing it like she was mimicking. She was engrossed in the activity of holding it. She stood up and walked away and started singing to it. I mean, it was like this had been on her mind the whole time. And as soon as she saw the doll, she was like, oh, now I could finally feel what this feels like. And she
Well,
just
to-
fell into it. So I don't
today-
know.
I saw a meme that said, most animals know how to do what they do within 20 minutes of being born, but yet humans got this undeveloped hole in their head that's got to, heal up. Like they aren't born to do what they do. Kind of like the baby deer just stands up and like, it's ready to rock and roll, but we're not.
Yeah, I don't understand why, but yeah, I'm holding my character in my arms currently.
In
Okay.
in the plushy sense of the thing.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah, and you nurture your animated characters as well, don't you?
Yes.
By practicing and developing and
And I also go ahead and force pastry down the stairs twice.
tossed or forced.
Humans must go
Forced.
down the stairs.
I forced pastry to go down the stairs twice, fall down the stairs twice.
Yep.
Do you know the terrible secret of space?
What's that?
Humans must go down the stairs.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Not in the basement. Not the basement.
But yeah, they were both for like animated pieces that that was like a part of like a just like a big collab thing. It's called a map, but I didn't want to straight up say that because of what people think of maps these days.
What?
Multi-animator
map?
projects are what I'm talking about.
Well, I think you should look up the terrible secret of space if you like animation.
I love terrible secrets.
You want to know what I love more than anything?
Yes.
Two
Animating.
robots, one red and one blue, and they both want to push people down the stairs.
No, I said animating.
Oh,
Well, that's good because you're starting a YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, starting. You're kind of too late to say starting here because this channel had been around for 3 years.
And also 500
Almost four.
subscribers.
That's a pretty good start.
but Steve
Well-
Ransom, what was the doll story? Where were you going? There's a higher meta to that. What did that inspire?
Well, it just took me by surprise to see such a genuine and obvious demonstration of something I had only read about in books. That's all.
Okay,
Oh yeah.
So to
I
me, it
thought
was
you were
going to
relate it to God or something.
No, well, I don't know how deep we could get into this, but Edge of Time, I would love to kick this can around the backyard for a few hours with you because there's a lot to unpack here. I agree with you on a lot of points, but I disagree mostly on semantical points because some of the words you're using, you're founding in something that could be misinterpreted or could be interpreted differently. I'm more of a Buddhist than a Catholic. I do believe in a higher power, but I also feel very strongly that we are more of a mental creature on Earth than a physical one. I think we're ironically physical as
Well,
human
we're
beings.
becoming. We're always becoming something else. We're never static. I think that's interesting.
What do you
And I
mean as
think
in
that-
mental?
Well, let's just take the blanket concept that what you are, what people identify as rebellious pastry, is no longer present when your body gives out. So, what are you? You are a mentality currently residing in a physical person. So, when that physical person can no longer house you, you are no longer human. You've passed on.
You're
to
the
wherever
ghost
else
in
you
the
go.
meat suit.
So
Correct,
technically, but the thing is that, like, you chose rebellious pastry. Pastry, the character, is always going to be around.
And that's why you're ambitious to create rebellious pastry as well. The legacy of your memory is a mnemonic component of your existence. It's an ambition on your part.
An attempt at immortality?
Correct. And what is legacy if not an attempt at immortality? I mean, that's straight out of Alexander.
Do you want to know somebody that is probably going to be forever immortal and yet didn't have to try at all?
Who's that?
Guess where I'm going with this?
Oh, I don't know. There's so many thoughts that you have that are just never on my mind at all. So, I mean, I don't toss things down the stairs, but not since I was a very little boy. Especially if they look like me.
But I'm gonna say the Queen of England. Everyone's gonna remember her.
Most people don't even know her last name. What's her last name?
Elizabeth?
Mountbatten.
No.
The second.
Windsor?
Windsor.
The second.
I would have said Butch Cassidy, but I know it
I'm
was
American. What does that tell you?
But I'm saying,
again,
if
I'm
people
Texas.
really cared, most people can't name her last name. She's just the queen. She's just an icon or a meme or something. She's not a real person to most people.
And I think it could be argued that she did try quite a bit, because staying the queen and becoming the queen was an all-out effort on her part. It wasn't just a thing, you can fail as a queen and still be called the queen. She was successful as a queen and became Queen Elizabeth II historically.
But the thing is that for me, people might say that I'm not human to them.
If you reside as an animated character, then yeah, it wouldn't be alive. It would be residual.
Now, okay, you continue.
Well, but think about it in terms of history. Like, we could talk about George the Ninth. What did he do? Nobody knows what George did. It's just a matter of where you are in history, whether the queen will be remembered or not. What did George do? He was a Windsor. He was the ninth George. What did he do? God knows. Did he stab a dragon? We don't know. So what Mary Windsor of what's I don't know. You get my point.
Yeah, I do. Because we remember the statue, we remember the painting, we remember the books and the texts describing their adventures, alleged or not, or historical or not. We don't necessarily remember the being that resided in those.
Right. I have some respect for the dead queen. She was a warm person. I think she cared about people as much as her position would allow. But beyond that, what are you going to say?
Yeah, exactly. Because somewhere beneath all of that garb, all of that royalty, there was a person that was like, eventually, at some point in time, used the facilities, had to eat a meal, may have felt ill, was disappointed with the weather, and all the other pedestrian human traits that we have.
Yeah, it was in a constant state of mental and physical suffering like all other human beings on the planet.
Well, and considering some of the documentary films I've seen, it's questionable as to whether or not even they are as in poverty as we expect. It's poverty in comparison to the position of the witness, which is always something that everybody forgets when they witness things. It's like, you're seeing this from your perspective, and currently there's this whole argument about privileges, and it's a very interesting argument. I just wish it wasn't an excuse to crucify people.
What do you mean as in privileges?
Well, we're all living in a world where we can talk through these devices because we can afford, or we live in a world where these things are available to us. That doesn't diminish the rest of the population on the earth that doesn't have access to this equipment. But we may feel sympathy and compassion towards them, but they can look back at us and go, you're the idiots. You're the ones that are, possessed by these devices. We live a very simple existence and we're fine. We reproduce, we fall in love, we look at flowers, we enjoy the sunlight. Who are you to say that we're in poverty? So
yeah, I often think of canceling the internet to be more effective as a writer.
Shoot, what am I gonna do?
Well,
Where am I?
Yeah, you can't do
post?
that.
What are you going to do? If you look back into the ancient history of creative endeavors, you might become a shadow artist where you produce shadow puppet theaters, just using your hands and sunlight. The possibilities are endless, and you're not doing anything new that wasn't done long before electricity was on the planet.
I guess that I would just be making flip books at that point.
Yeah.
Or wait, you said the internet, not like devices totally, so I could still animate. But where would I put it?
On walls.
Well, they used to have cartoonists,
Yeah, that's true
like
too.
Berkeley breathed.
Yep. That was the beginning of 2D. Your heritage is started on pulp, rebellious pastry.
Do you have a favorite cartoon besides Bloom County?
Who are you asking?
It's just anybody.
Oh. Do I have a favorite beyond that? I don't know. I thought that, God, what was the one that it had cows in it all the time? It was really, really eccentric.
The Far Side.
Far Side. That was probably, when I was looking, that was probably one of my favorites. Because it was just so out of the box. Ironically out of the box.
A solid second. A good one is also Life is Hell, School is Hell by Matt Groening of Simpsons fame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, any of these properties that took the material and the media of comic strip and just brought it to other spaces where the conversation was like, wow, this is way beyond its own existence. It's, like when Calvin and Hobbes would discuss the meaning of their lives, and it's like,
right,
you're a kid and a fake animal. It's like, what are you doing?
Can you still buy a newspaper with cartoon strips in it, Scotty?
I think so, yeah.
Because those are
in LA,
on your
definitely.
Yes.
Well,
There's things called webcomics now, too.
Well, no, I was thinking more about his niece. Like, how would you, the 3-panel comic is a pretty good way to get interested in things.
Well, and it's a good way to learn how to read.
Yeah, because Snoopy is it's pretty basic in a language sense, but, that would teach you about life. Peanuts would definitely teach you about life.
Oh, yeah, I've seen the Peanuts movie before.
Hey, something Rebellious Pastry is into. We found it.
I've seen it before. I literally had my sketchbook in my hand thinking, this is the straightest movie ever.
Well,
No.
how do we know?
There's something odd about the idea that you're not interested in intimacy, and yet you still judge everybody else's sexuality.
But the thing is that, I have a hard time understanding it. I've tried to understand it, but...
Okay, I could buy that. I could totally deal with that.
Is a product of its time, and he was a Christian, which doesn't come across that much except occasionally at Christmas time, Charles Schultz.
Right.
Now, here's what I'm saying. when I'm saying that movie was so straight, it was literally so straight because it's like it was just a whole movie about Charlie Brown chasing after a girl.
Oh, it must have been a Valentine's
Yes,
Day
but
episode.
are you talking about the redheaded girl?
I always thought Peppermint
Yes.
Patty was the lesbian.
Well, Peppermint Patty was certainly ambiguous, that's for sure.
Wait, it was like a new redheaded girl.
Right.
A
Yeah, I
new
remember
Yeah,
that
that
one.
new girl.
You should
Yeah,
check
I
out
saw
the Halloween episode as well, Rebellious.
I've seen
The Great Pumpkin.
yes,
Mhm.
I've seen a good chunk of Charlie Brown in my time. It's just like the new one I'm kind of disappointed in.
Well, we're disappointed in most of the new things. We're, that's old school. That's part of our old
Most new
school
shit
mentality.
sucks nowadays, so yeah.
It's I
Can
highly
you-
recommend deep retrospective when it comes to media, Rebellious Pastry. You'll thank me for it in the future. That certainly enlightened me, was going deeper and deeper into the past,
Now-
just to find out where the foundations were. It's
Now,
interesting
here's-
to read these older things.
Now here's something I find interesting. Nowadays, Peter Pan is rated for 7+.
Is it really?
I heard.
That seems so silly to me. Why does that
Well-
seem so silly to me?
You know, the book is in public domain. It's a good read. It's got some moments.
The movie
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
And I think you might actually
I'm
enjoy
saying the book might be edgier.
the original Grimm's fairy tales, which are a very different take than anything you may have heard about fairy tales. They are
Brutal.
survival stories, basically. They're pretty different.
I think if I got them read to me, it'd be very enjoyable.
There's audiobooks. I have the Grimm collection. It's like something like 45 hours of reading. And the Wizard of Oz Chronicles as well, which is entirely different than what you know as the Wizard of Oz. That's another one that you might find extremely interesting, because most of the creatures have no sexuality whatsoever. They're all beings of Oz. It's like doesn't even come up in conversation.
Well, speaking of having no sexuality whatsoever, I do have to apologize to everyone, and I am absolutely flattered by how many people have shown up in this chat this evening.
Oh, wow.
But I'm going to shut this down. Why? Because I can.
Well,
You're
Well,
in charge.
Okay, well, thanks
I
for
have to
having
go.
us.
Well, I was going to go get a pizza and like sleep and stuff.
Hey, no excuses, guy. No worries.
Yeah,
I'm doing a show tomorrow, Monday, 5 p.m. Pacific time. Phil,
On
you got
what?
anything going on in the near future?
Where are you going to be, though?
It'll be. I'm sorry. It'll be Roman of the Empire. It'll be on Blue Collar channel. If you check my Twitter, I'm sure I'll post it sometime during the day on Monday as soon as they put up the link. And there is that.
I know Black Phillip's got a lot coming up for Halloween. You better get in on that, Scotty.
Yep. You're on the panel, sir.
I'm going to have to do research. Yes.
Lots of research. I already
How about
got
you,
the
Edge of
topics
Time?
and everything.
I got nothing going. I'm just lazy, and I jump in when it's pleasurable. It's the pleasure pain principle. When it's painful, I disappear.
I have
So
a
thanks for the
question
pleasure.
after everyone's done talking.
Yeah,
We're done.
you have an upcoming release, don't you, Rebellious?
So I have a question. Who else
Yes.
going to be participating in Inktober this year?
What's Inktober?
What's
It's a illustrator's thing, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm not an illustrator, so.
Me neither. What's
That's
So,
when
So Inktober is an art challenge that creators all over the place do. Am I literally the only cartoonist here
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably.
I would have
Yes.
guessed it was
or artist?
a month to get tattoos. Inktober.
But it's actually a month to go ahead and draw things in ink.
Instead of using
Ink.
pencils and like that.
tracing and all that stuff. No tracing.
Just
I
like
find the whole thing so polarizing.
It sounds exhausting.
But
It is.
I think we need to be compassionate about Scotty's pizza needs. So
I'm gonna pass out momentarily.
all right,
Aw,
let's get that
yeah.
blood sugar up, Scotty.
Yeah.
It's been wonderful. To all of the hundreds of people in the chat,
All of them.
All of the 2 people in the chat. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyway, I am so very, very happy that you all came to hang out on whatever this was. And it was a great conversation. It is exactly what I needed. You make my heart swell.
Mhm.
Well, guess
Now,
what? The pizza's gonna make your heart swell more.
it will. And my belly.
My belly.
I love you. I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Later.
Press the button. What's the button? Press the button.
Steve, where are you?